Hey guys, my name is Jay. Welcome to my channel. This is where I share my art projects with you, and today I'm going to be working on an older project of mine. It's a Buzz Lightyear action figure conversion. It's a zombie conversion, so children beware. This may get a little bit graphic. There'll be a bit of fake blood, some guts, and probably some chopped up toys. Mostly working on the jetpack, which is what I have left to finish. And yeah, I'd like to go through with you guys the process of what I do for making those kind of effects. So hopefully have a bit of fun with it and stick around. Okay, so we've got Buzz Lightyear's jetpack here. As you can see, I've already put a couple of the little damaged marks and chips and scratches in the wings previously. So what we want to do is do a lot of effects running down these wings, like it's flowing through, like a lot of corpses, a lot of dead bodies, maybe live bodies, who knows. And yeah, we want to have like a majority of the bits of flesh and chunks on the top there, and then a lot of the streaking of the blood running down the wings as though he's flown. So we want to prep it a little bit, get a bit of sandpaper on there, make sure the paint and the glues are going to stick, and then we also want to make sure that we get a nice cloth and get rid of all the excess dust and things like that from the sanding. So I've grabbed my trusty knife and decided to split the wing quite harshly, just kind of separate it a bit, make it look like it's suffered some really good battle damage. And yeah, I'm not too afraid to go a little bit extreme with this piece because you know, it's a bit of a comical piece, I suppose. Buzz Lightyear zombies, obviously not a real thing, so realism kind of can go out the window to an extent. So a lovely little trick I like to use to make flesh would be get a sample piece of leather, an off-cut bit of leather. I found this from a second-hand recycle store, and paint it up, put some washes to it, and it gives this amazing effect that your typical skin would have. It is quite strong, so you have to really be aggressive with the knife to try and break this up and rip it into pieces that you like. And I just want this to have the effect of I don't know, chunks of skin, maybe human skin, that he's flown through and ripped up and caught all and jagged all these bits that have been caught. So I'm going to prime these in just like a skin tone. While that's dry, I'm just going to add some more gouges to it. And another trick I like to use for blood and the guts and stuff when doing a zombie piece or an undead piece is to add a bit of sand, because the sand gives a bit of texture, and I find it just adds a little bit of dimension to the gore effects. Once the super glue and sand is dried, I just brush off any of the excess with the brush, and we can start with the fun stuff, the blood. So I've just grabbed a red paint, a little bit of a darker colour, and I've dripped it on there on the top, where the majority of it's going to be, and then I kind of run the brush downwards, giving that kind of motion to the blood trails there as he's made impact with whatever it was he flew through. Now I'm going to paint the underside of the leather pieces, or the flesh pieces, and I like to add a little bit of red around the edges of the top side where it's going to be visible. Now, hot glue gun. Easy to get, easy to use, just be careful not to burn yourself like I did making this video. And a good technique I like to use is doing some dabs and then drawing it away from the piece to sort of leave a trail of hot glue, and they sort of look like drip marks if you can time it right as it cools, and you can sort of build on it as well. And this gives the effect of the dripping blood fresh off the wings. You can get coloured glue sticks, but I just use the regular stuff, and then I paint it red after that. So I like to dab it around and make it look like big chunks and big blobs of blood. Again, similar to the sand, just adds that little bit of extra texture. So to continue with the flesh pieces, just use a regular flesh wash from Citadel paint range. As you can see, it brings up that detail in the leather itself, makes it look like skin. So quick and easy. I work out the placement of where I want to put these, glue them on just with some super glue, and then I like to go around it a little bit more with the hot glue gun, give it a bit of volume, a bit of depth. You know, skin isn't completely flat, it's got layers like onions. And just like to go in and add a bit more blood, especially where the impact points might be. And add some paint splatter, so you can either use a paintbrush or a toothbrush. It's good for flicking the paint off. Don't get it on your walls, especially if you're renting. So on the base of my projects, I like to add something that catches your eye, something that stands out, and this Barbie head I think will just do the trick. This is just a cheap $5 toy that I bought from the store, and the next part's going to start to get a little bit graphic, guys, so if you're squeamish, maybe look away. So I get out my trusty drill and take to her skull, getting a nice hole put in there that's going to be the size of a pencil. I'm going to poke this pencil through there and kind of pike it up, you know, have it coming off the base of the collectible, and it's just going to sit nicely for all to see. So I think it's a good start, worked quite well. Started chopping some of the hair off, making it look like it's been torn and shredded, and my next step would be to change those lovely beautiful blue eyes and make them look lifeless. Then we're going to get some of that same red and yeah, make it look like it's all coming out of that pencil protrusion, that's what I should say, and really go to town with it, make it look like it's really coming from that skull, bleeding out from underneath the hair there. Add a little bit of extra blood around the mouth, so give it a look like she spitting and spluttering as Buzz maybe took her life, and a bit coming out the tear ducts always looks cool. Now to finish off the eyes, I'm sort of doing them off center a little bit and rolled back into her head, so it looks like there's no muscles holding those in place anymore, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the effect that it's given it. I like to go over with a bit of gloss just to sort of make the blood look wet and the eyes sparkle a little bit, kind of like a fresh kill. So I'm pretty happy with that. We'll put it all together and I'll show you guys the completed piece in all its glory.